nitakuimbia. Bwana wangu nitakuimbia, wakati ningali na pumzi nitakuimbia, wakati ningali na pumzi nitakuimbia. Bwana nitakuimbia, wakati ningali na pumzi nitakuimbia, wakati ningali na pumzi nitakuimbia. Bwana wangu nitakuimbia, Baba yangu nitakuimbia, wakati ningali na pumzi nitakuimbia, wakati ningali na pumzi nitakuimbia. Bwana wangu nitakuimbia, Bwana wangu nitakuimbia, wakati ningali na pumzi nitakuimbia, wakati ningali na pumzi nitakuimbia. Bwana unabaki yangu, unabaki yangu milele milele yote, unabaki ya Mungu, unabaki ya Mungu, unabaki ya Mungu kwa milele. Unabaki ya Mungu, unabaki ya Mungu, unabaki ya Mungu kwa milele. Ulitembea juu ya maji, wanakuita muujiza, unabaki ya Mungu kwa milele milele yote. Unabaki ya Mungu, unabaki ya Mungu, unabaki ya Mungu kwa milele. Unabaki ya Mungu, unabaki ya Mungu, unabaki ya Mungu wa milele. Unabaki ya Mungu, unabaki ya Mungu, unabaki ya Mungu wa milele milele yote. Unabaki ya Mungu, unabaki ya Mungu, unabaki ya Mungu wa milele.
Karibu sana. Of course, AIC Baraka, beautiful music. Today tumeenda choir and amazing music. I hope that is a great blessing to you as you get to join us. Karibu sana, good to have you. Of course, we have beautiful conversations on what makes meaning to our lives as we keep feeding the spirit man. Like I told you earlier, today we are talking about aligned to pursue purpose. Many times when we talk about purpose, and I've had this, people keep asking, so what is my purpose?
That's true.
And do we wake up and discover we have purpose? I don't think so. I think it's a journey, all right? And many people have never discovered their purpose. Some actually go all the way to the very end, their sunset years, and they keep asking, what is my purpose, all right? So our prayer and hope is that you'll be able to walk the journey with us as you keep discovering. Remember, it's a discovery, all right? So to help me just dig deeper into this is Judy Mzungu, amazing. She has quite a bit of credentials, but one that stands out, she's a kingdom life coach.
Yes, thank
That's
you.
right.
Yes, it is.
Judy, karibu sana.
Asante,
it's always a pleasure having you.
Nice seeing you once again.
Yani, every time I see you, I'm reminded of my boss. Unakanga boss wetu anaitwa Catherine Mwangi.
I need to meet her. You've told me that so many times.
Yeah. So you need to meet her, and also you share your story in her What's Your Story.
Ah.
Okay. So that we get to see more of that.
Okay.
But it's good to have you. Thank you for coming.
Asante.
Again. Every month you come and you share very powerful thoughts.
Yeah.
We truly appreciate that.
Thank you for having me as well.
Hey?
Yes.
Hey, purpose. Purpose is a very deep thing.
That's true.
And so we're talking about aligned to pursue purpose.
Yes.
And many times people ask this question, what is my purpose? Do
That's
I know my
true.
purpose?
That's true.
And for many, they never get that answer. Some, we just keep
Groping in the dark. That's true, yeah.
Let's begin there.
Yes.
Yes.
I think we need to begin by explaining to people that for you to be able to find your purpose, first and foremost, you have to be in alignment.
Aha.
So when you're talking about when you're talking about alignment, you're talking about alignment of spirit, soul, and body. And the person that we will refer to today, so that we can then people can use that to reference their own lives, is the character of Joseph.
Right.
And you realize that Joseph, from the first place, is that where was he born? The root of his own roots began to speak to his purpose. There was something that he had been called to answer to from his roots.
There was something he had been
Called to answer to from his roots.
Wow.
Many times when we're thinking about purpose, you want to look at Ndiema for who he is today. But where did Ndiema come from?
Wow. Umeanza na uzito.
No, it's true. Because we have to start from there.
Yeah.
So where did Ndiema come from? What was the DNA that you carried?
Okay.
I'll tell you a very interesting story that I discovered one time in my coaching, and I'll tell the reason why I'll refer to it is this girl came and she says, do I even have a gift, Judy? I don't know.
Yeah.
And the reason why she didn't even know that she had a gift is because truly she was an orphan and had been sent from home to home to home to home. So a lot of her, who she was, had been misaligned in the journey of her life.
Wow.
And it's true, truthfully, she didn't think she had a gift.
Right.
Until now, through coaching, when I looked at her workbook, she was very poetic in her writing. And then I asked her, tell me the subjects that you were good at in school. She was very good in composition. She was a very good speaker.
Right.
Do you know that girl today, by the reason of just being helped to tap into that, today is doing online writing. That is how she's earning her living.
Amazing. Look at that.
And her father was a journalist. He died when she was 4 years. So she had actually inherited this gift from the father. Too many times, Ndiema, we talk about generational curses. It's time for us to begin to talk about generational blessings.
And blessings. Wow.
Because who you are sometimes is inherited from your roots.
Right. And it's good to actually, even deliberately, just see there's something right happening in this generation.
Oh, yes.
It could be music.
Yes.
It could be, writing.
Yes.
Wow.
I met a guy, his mother is a DJ, his father is a DJ, he himself became a DJ, and interestingly enough, he had been born out of wedlock, had never seen his father until then he discovered, this is where I got my music from my father.
Wow.
So that's why we're talking about the roots, because your roots will begin to explain to us something about your DNA, something about what God has wired you to be, which stems from your root.
Right.
Then we begin to talk about your life journey. Then Joseph becomes a dreamer. And then he is thrown into the pit. When he's thrown into the pit, it looks like a bad thing.
Right.
But he is picked up and taken into Egypt.
That's a really nice story.
Yes. Yeah. So when he's taken into Egypt, he lands in Potiphar's house. When he lands in Potiphar's house, there is something about him that is in alignment that can then draw Potiphar to him.
Something that is aligned.
Yes, within Joseph that is in alignment.
Right.
The reason why many people don't seem to detect their purpose is again the state of your emotions, Ndiema. Okay. If the state of your emotion is such that you're carrying a lot of bitterness, anger, hurt, disappointment, hatred, what will happen is that you will begin, that is what people read when they meet you. And because that is guess what you will put people off. Opportunities will be closed out to you.
Right.
When they say that Joseph had favor, it was he was in alignment in his emotions.
Okay. Wow.
So it became easy for Potiphar to see what was inside of Joseph. And that is how now he became an administrator within Potiphar's home. Then something happens, and then he again gets thrown into the prison.
Yes.
When he's thrown into prison, the same thing that was in alignment, something that was inside of him, and that now you begin to see the state of his heart. Where now we are saying, can we pursue alignment in Diema, regardless of what happens? That's why we have to talk about forgiveness. We have to talk about healing.
Right.
As a matter of fact, you cannot forgive before you heal. So because of the state of his heart, it became easy then for Joseph to be noticed even in the prison. There was something about himself. There was inner transformation of his character that made him stand out wherever he went.
Yeah.
Too many times you're trying to pour oil on people about favor. But if your character is not transformed, let me tell you, you ain't going nowhere, my friend.
Right.
We have to talk to people about the reality of them finding inner transformation, that then because of their inner transformation, they can then begin to attract the people, the resources and the opportunities necessary to take them where they need to go.
Come on. Two things this far.
Yes.
State of the emotion.
Yes.
State of the heart. The heart.
And the roots.
And the roots. Wow. So look at the journey.
Yes.
A dreamer.
Yes.
Thrown into the pit.
Yes.
Picked
Forgives.
up, forgives.
He's coming out in a good state, and that's why he's able to even be noticed in Potiphar's house.
Becomes an administrator.
Yes.
Later on into the prison.
Yes.
But because I think he was deliberate about forgiving and
Yes.
having his heart, mind, everything being
Yes.
at the right place.
At the right place.
Yeah.
And the state of his mind,
Yes.
meaning that he actually had mental capacity to learn very fast. All of us have mental capacity, but your capacity has been hindered by your life experiences.
Wow.
And that's why we are talking about alignment, so that all this thing now adds up. So that now he had mental capacity. His emotion was in a good place. He was spiritually aligned. And how do we know that Joseph was spiritually aligned? When Potiphar's wife tried to ask him to do something wrong, Joseph said, how can I do this to my God? He was spiritually aligned.
Wow. You know, that's where you started.
Yes.
Saying you have to be in sync.
Yes.
Your spirit,
Yes.
your body,
Your soul,
and
then your body.
your body.
Yes.
Wow.
So when you're talking about your soul, we're talking about the state of your mind, the state of your
Right.
intellect, which will then affect the capacity for you to be able to take in information, the capacity for you to be able to learn. So that then we also debunk for some believer out there who doesn't necessarily have a degree. You don't probably need a degree. Do you have capacity to learn even on the job? But that will be determined by your alignment.
Sijaisikia ikiwa hivyo.
No.
You know, I mean, connecting the three
Yes.
and making sure that all that is it's actually aligned.
It actually aligns, yes. Then also now the state of the intellect, the state of the emotion, and then that is what gave him willpower. The willpower to be able, and that willpower doesn't just come from anywhere. It came because he understood, his values were good, such that he could say no when he needed to say no. Too many times when you're not in alignment, you will be swayed by anything because you don't know who you are.
Right. That is so true. Yeah. Judy.
Yes.
We a lot of us get stuck.
Yes.
And like where we began by pursuing this one thing.
Yes.
We get stuck by one thing. Yet, like you're saying, it is a combination of all these things put together.
Yes.
To align, to bring out something.
It is all these things put together. Let's look at Joseph's story. He had his root that gave him a DNA. Then on top of that, he had a natural ability. He was a dreamer, remember, at first. Then he added administrative skills.
Right.
in Potiphar's house. He was thrown into prison. The same thing that had already been inculcated in Potiphar's house, now again is noticed by the prison warden. Again, he becomes an administrator there. Are you seeing an addition of his? All these things are adding up. The only thing is we're looking for one thing, yet we are not understanding that it's an addition of your root, which gave you your DNA, your gifts and abilities, your life experiences, including your skills and abilities that you will learn along the way.
Wow.
All that will be able to take you where God wants you to go, including, Diema, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We cannot do away with Joseph's pit experience, even as we look for his purpose.
That's true. Because that contributed.
That contributed. But we are so hell-bent on looking for one thing that we are not seeing. Every treasure that God has given you through your life journey will take you to the place where you can, by the grace of God, open your eyes, have illumination to then begin to see your purpose.
That's right. And you know what?
Yes.
Most of the times, the things that were just about to kill you are the things that make something arise in you.
That's true.
And align you
to
that purpose. Because sometimes we forget. But sometimes you need...
yes, and that's true. That's true. You know, many times when we preach about Joseph and we're thinking about the fact that the cupbearer and the baker forgot him, and you say they left him for 2 years. Had he been called even one day earlier, he probably would have met a prince, not the king. Because at this particular point, he was called to answer to the need of the king. Every part of your journey. There's a song that used to say, he takes everything, what the enemy meant for evil, and he turns it for good. True. Sometimes you think it's the enemy. It really isn't. It could be divinely orchestrated. But Ndiema, we must also be able to talk to people about waiting as they're waiting for the door of destiny and the door of purpose to open. Such that even in that season, God is preparing you. In the prison is where Joseph turned from a dreamer into a dream interpreter. He spent a lot of time in meditation.
Imagine. Wow. Let's bring this home.
Okay.
TV inakuanga unaanza inaisha.
Haya, sawa.
Gifts, abilities, experiences.
Your root, your DNA. Plus your gifts, plus your experiences, plus your abilities is equal to purpose. But you can only know all that to the degree that you are aligned.
Just say that again. That's really powerful.
Your purpose is equal to your root, your DNA, plus your gifts and abilities, plus the skills that you will acquire along the way, plus your life experiences. All that will lead to your purpose to the degree that you are aligned.
To the degree that that's very important.
To the degree that you're aligned. If you're out of alignment, you will not be able to decode this correctly. Are you getting it?
I get it.
Yes.
Lovely. Si useme kitu ya mwisho, ushasema too many powerful things. So now that one very powerful one.
That one powerful one is to tell people that you can discover your purpose at any one point in your life. Ndiema, I discovered my purpose in my 40s.
Wow.
That is to give people hope.
Yes.
So that you don't sit there and pursue one thing and you think that your life is lost. All these things will, when you come into alignment, purpose is unveiled.
When you come to alignment,
purpose is unveiled.
It is never too late.
It's never too late.
You still have an umesema hiyo place ya 40s, karibu niulize ushafika. So we thank God that it is never too late.
It's never too late.
Wow. Alignment. I love that.
Yes.
All right. I hope you have been able to draw something. I mean, it's a combination of all these things. The root, the DNA, the abilities, the gifts, your life experiences. But there has to be an alignment of all those things so that purpose can be able to sprout and make meaning in your life. It is not that one thing and one day. All right? Lovely. It will be great to have you again. You know, share something else.
I'll definitely come back.
Cindy, so next month we are having you again.
Asante sana.
All right.
Nashukuru.
How do we get in touch with you?
You can get me at Safarini with Judy Mzungu. Those are my social media handles.
At?
Safarini with Judy Mzungu. That's how you can find me. So we take the journey of life together. Lovely. Or you can call me on 0714-722-733.
Just take that number again.
0714-722-733.
Lovely. Please get in touch with her. I mean, there's a wealth of wisdom right in here.
Thank you.
I will be able to help you in this journey. So thank you very much. In just a bit, of course, we'll be having Apostle Weisprich coming to share. We are still continuing with this conversation. I hope I got it right. All right, about purpose. So don't go too far. This is Sunday Best at KTN Home.
See the way you love me, see the way you care for me. You carry my mother for your head, like a little baby. You watch over me, oh. You know they carry me, they play, oh. Because of Jesus, I've got joy overflow. Unlimited favor is like a river in my soul. Because of Jesus, I've got joy overflow. Unlimited favor is like a river in my soul. Summer.